The first crack appeared in small things. Missed calls, conversations that paused when I entered rooms. My sister suddenly protective of her phone. Him suddenly impatient with mine. I told myself I was paranoid. I told myself love doesn't suspect. Then came the photo. A mutual friend. Drunk. Unthinking. Tagged them together at a restaurant. I had introduced him to. His hand on her knee. Her smile, too, practiced to be innocent. I didn't cry. That surprised me. Instead, something inside me went quiet, surgical, cold, pain sharpened into focus. Love evaporated and left behind something cleaner, something dangerous. I didn't confront them. I observed. I watched messages sync to shared cloud backups they forgot to disable. I noted timelines, locations, lies that contradicted each other by minutes. I screenshotted everything, saved copies in 3 places. I hired a private investigator with a reputation for silence. What I found wasn't an affair. It was a plan. They weren't just in love. They were consolidating. He had pitched a startup using my connections, my capital, my credibility. My sister was quietly named beneficiary on assets. He swore we're temporary placeholders. Even my parents were aware. They believed I was too focused on work, that she was better suited for him. Their blessing came wrapped in religious ceremony and public smiles. The wedding invitation arrived last. That was when I started building something they couldn't see. I transferred my personal assets into a retirement trust under an alias. Perfectly legal, quiet. I bought shares through intermediaries, acquired voting rights piece by piece. I let him believe he was succeeding on his own. I congratulated him when his company made headlines. I even attended the wedding. I watched my sister walk down the aisle wearing a necklace I once owned. He avoided my eyes. Good. Guilt makes people sloppy. I waited. Success makes people arrogant. Arrogance makes them careless. When his company went public, I finalized the last acquisition. 76%. Majority control. No announcement, no leak. Just signatures and silence. Then I applied for a senior advisory role. He laughed when HR forwarded my name. "You're outdated," he said in that boardroom, surrounded by men who thought power was loud. "We're done here." I thanked him for his time. By the time the board meeting convened, I was already seated. The look on his face when he realized who controlled the vote wasn't anger. It was terror. My sister was in the gallery, my parents beside her, confident, smiling. Until the motion passed. He was removed. Effective immediately. Cause, breach of fiduciary duty. Conflict of interest. Financial misrepresentation. Every piece of evidence presented cleanly, clinically, unemotionally. Then I stood. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't need to. "I'd like to address the board as majority shareholder," I said. I outlined everything. The affair. The asset manipulation. The misuse of family funds my parents had quietly diverted to support his company. Funds now frozen pending investigation. My sister tried to speak. My mother cried my name. My father stared at the floor like it might open and swallow him. I looked only at him. "You once said I was outdated," I said softly. "You were right. I outgrew you." Security escorted him out. The rest collapsed on its own. Divorce proceedings, asset seizures, criminal inquiries, social exile. The family name, once spoken with respect, now followed by pauses, questions, doubt. I walked away with control, silence, and peace. People ask if I regret it, if revenge healed me, if forgiveness would have been easier. They misunderstand. This wasn't revenge. This was correction. I didn't destroy them in a moment of rage. I dismantled them with patience, with documentation, with restraint. They took my love and called it fate. I took their future and called it justice. And I slept better than I had in years.